sort of 5 to 8 years of my career, every position I took I seemed to be making less, which my mother, often commented on with great curiosity and distress.
But you didn't like any of the corporate kind of big law firm type lawyering jobs you had?
No, that was, yeah, I found that to be really, I mean, I'm not saying it's not valuable work. I'm not saying you can't have a great career there, but, for me, it was very dispiriting.
When you went to college, did you know you wanted to be a lawyer? How old were you when you decided I wanted to go to law school? I want to be a lawyer.
I did not come up with a burning desire to be a lawyer. I did come up with a desire to do, to try to do some kind of public service, to feel like I was doing some public good in a more general sort of way. But I can't say I saw myself as a lawyer. And as I was getting ready to graduate from college, I figured law school was an obvious option from what I had studied, and and as I got into law school and I started becoming a little more focused, I started to think about this criminal defense is something that would be gratifying, though I did very little to position myself for that kind of a job, and it was tough to get after several years in doing representing companies and things. It was not easy. It was not easy to convince a public defender that I was a suitable candidate, but they needed people, and I got hired sort of outside of the normal course of things. It was a good moment, and
Did you get hired in a spring class versus a fall class?
Yeah, it was a spring class. Yeah, the normal. Yeah, the normal course would be a large class of lawyers getting hired together, and I think they had like an unusually high attrition that year and needed to plug some people in. They wanted people who were already barred and could go straight to court and that sort of thing.
Listen, the Philly Public Defender's Office, which you know since you ran it, is one of the best in the country. And I went in on a spring class, and there were 8 of us. Two of the 8 are common plea court judges, and one of them is going to be a federal judge, knock on wood, so.
Yeah, it's a great training ground. It's a great training ground for all things, and not just being a judge or a great, lawyer, courtroom lawyer. It's a good training ground for, learning like how to treat people, how to deal with crisis, how to communicate with people with a sense of kindness. There was a great mentor who worked there, and he must have been there 40 years. You knew him, Stu Schumann, and he used to say that one of the only things I remember from the training was that he said, the job will make you a better brother, a better sister, husband, father, person in every way.
A better human. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Completely agree with that. I 100% agree with that.